What was that whole process like? Because people know you as the guy that works with NBA guys. However, you really did start general, then went to a completely different sport, being tennis, and then progressed to basketball. What were some of those learnings you took working from at the start, obviously being a lot of sports, then to specifically tennis, and then into basketball?
The beauty about my tenure with Azarenka was she was seeking, I must be from Queensland. She was seeking a strength and performance coach that didn't have a tennis background. So it actually kind of transitioned and segued perfectly from my NFL combine prep, NBA combine prep with the factory to tennis perfectly, because she wanted someone that wasn't tennis specific. She wanted someone that had different energy, as an American who played football, American football in college. It's a completely different culture as it relates or compares to tennis. And I think that energy that was kind of contrasting between myself and her made it a fresh training environment. She was because if you understand the tennis culture, there are a lot of like rules to it. You can't talk during the match. You have to sit down. You can only cheer in between points, and they kind of carry that culture everywhere around them. So for me, as a young 28-year-old kid who loves football and basketball and is just super American as it relates to tennis compared to tennis, it was fresh for her. So it made a lot of sense for her to swoop me up and take me on the road with her. And I took a lot of my energy and my excitement into our training sessions, which I felt like she appreciated. And at the end of the day, it freaking worked. We bonded so well from a social level. And you guys have had Brett Bartholomew on the pod, and he talks about identity and understanding the athlete from a human perspective, and really trying to create that emotional connection. And that's what happened. So from transitioning from the factory, a lot of NFL, NBA stuff, to tennis, it was really cool just to be myself. You know what I mean? I got to just be myself. Now, that being said, as a young kid traveling the world with no wife and no kids, I was just happy to be there at that point. I was just so starstruck and just so appreciative that I was in this opportunity. It's just such a privilege to be here that I kind of had to get my bearings and my ground, bring my feet back to the floor, so to speak, which took a little time. But I think that being able to work with one athlete year round really prepared me for how to develop the work habits and the studying and the continuous education of, I have all this time. So what are you going to do with it? So hitting the books, podcasts such as Under the Bar, trying to get as many certs, like you have all this time. So don't just waste it, get better. And it allowed me to really grow as a professional. So then once I transitioned from Vika to Drew full time, it was so seamless and it was so easy, because now I'm back with an American person. The identity and the trust was immediate. And nothing against Vika. Love Victoria to death and super thankful that she gave me that opportunity. But it was just an easier job to train Drew versus to train Vika, personality wise. And I think that being able to study and being able to better myself throughout that time with Vika, because I had all that time, it really prepared me to handle Drew and put Drew in a position to be the best that he could be. And we're kind of seeing that to this day. Not to take any credit for what he's doing, because he has God-given ability, but I will take credit for keeping him healthy. And we have done a great job of doing that. So